Yes, yes, you got to put up with my mug. So yeah, hello, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars Celebration. Now, recently, I went to Star Wars Celebration on Sunday, April the 9th, I believe, and yeah, it was my first time going, and yeah, I've been looking forward to it for a whole year. I was stressing about it for a whole year, and yeah, I finally went. There was a lot of stress leading up to it. Me and my friend went to it in London. I know I keep saying I went to it. Trust me, I'll get to this important stuff. So I want to quickly get the I want to get the I want to talk about the pros and cons of Star Wars Celebration. Now we'll end on the positives and we'll get the negatives out of the way. Now, for the price, I expected Star Wars Celebration to be a bit more than what it was. Like when I went, um, I just felt like they could have done more. Um, there was some stuff there. They had a TIE fighter in the main hall. They had an ATST in the main hall. I think they had an 80. No, not an ATST, an 8080 in the main hall. They had a full scale ATST um, in one of the like one of the side rooms or whatever you call them. And yeah, and they had another ATST in another room, and the stalls were decent, but the stalls, as good as they were, it just felt like being in a normal con with those, like being back at MCM again. Um, and yeah, and there was there were and yeah, and people are gonna moan at me saying, "Well, were you about this?" Excuse the swearing. But people, I'm sorry, but the event was overpriced to hell. Like they were overpriced to get in. And yeah, it was ridiculous. Me and my friend, it was so expensive. Me and my friend, we went half and half on the tickets for actors, which don't worry will be one of the positives. Yeah, and yeah, it was overpriced. The queue was way too long, like ridiculously long. I was not happy about the queues at all. I was standing there for like 2 hours straight, and I was not having a good time doing that. And yeah, and again, it was overpriced. Um, and we didn't stay for the whole day because there wasn't much to do halfway through the day, in my opinion. And not trying to make it a sob story, I do have anxiety, and standing near the live stage. Anyone watching this that has been, do you know the live stage? Not the ones where you had to book to get in, but the main one it was next to the ATST actually. Yeah, I didn't go near there much because there were so many people and it was just a bit too much for me. Yeah, and we left because we'd basically done all we felt we could do, and we got very tired. I mean, I was wearing this cloak plus my full Anakin kit, and it got very tiring. So yeah, we were literally very tired by the end of the day. I got back to the hotel and my feet had blisters on them. Yeah, and we really like underestimated the weather. I thought it was going to be very cold, but when we got into the event, it was warm. Um, and yeah, as I was saying, like the stalls could have been a bit better. Um, it was nice to see all the exclusives, though. It was nice to see all the stuff on display. Um, I'll try and get onto the positives now. Um, the seeing all the exclusives and the merch that was on display was very cool. Like I saw like the Hasbro Force Effects Elite lightsabers. I got to hold the Rey version, the Rise of Skywalker version. Although I don't talk about that movie. Look, I'm only joking. If you like that film, fine, fair enough. But yeah, I got to hold that one and have a go on it, and yeah, very cool saber. I got to see the Black Series helmets in their display glass things. I got to see the new Darth Vader helmet, and I'm like, I don't need it. I got my current one, but it has got pros that my Darth Vader is currently up on the shelf above me. So yeah, but yeah, yeah, it was nice seeing all that. The cosplayers were really cool. I got a picture with a Mandalorian, a Ahsoka Tano, a clone trooper. I think they were a 501st one. Um, who else did I get a picture with? An armorer from the Mandalorian. The TIE fighter, and Darth Revan was also in the picture, which was really cool. Come on, Disney, give us a live action Revan. Um, yeah, and I met the actors. They were very lovely. Well, I met a few of the actors. I met Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, and Matt Latner, Ashley Eckstein, and James Arnold Taylor. Yeah, Hayden Christensen was very, very nice. He complimented my Anakin outfit, which was great. Um, uh, yeah, they were all lovely. None of them were miserable. I've heard a few of the actors were a bit moody. Understandable, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, yeah. There's not much else I can say. I didn't really come into this video really thinking about what to say. I need to be more bloody prepared for these videos. But yeah, if you were to say to me, is it worth it going to Star Wars Celebration? I would say yes, but you need to be prepared for it. Prepared. Like money wise, travel, where you're gonna stay, um, and all that. Because I would say I was not as prepared as I should have been. For a lot of it. A lot of times whenever they announced stuff, I was just like, oh my god. So yes, as I was saying, if you're gonna go to Star Wars Celebration, prepare yourself, and I'm talking months in advance. Because I didn't really, and it was stupid. I thought it was just going to be like a somewhat normal con. I thought it was going to be planned, roughly the same, and everything. I would say, yeah, go if you want, but just be prepared. And yeah, I just wanted to try and give out my experience. I mean, I enjoyed it for yeah, sort of. Do I think it was getting hyped up all these months? Not really, but I enjoyed it anyway. Because at least I'm one of the Star Wars fans that can say I went to Star Wars Celebration, as very boastful as that sounds. So yeah, now updates. I'm gonna do an update thing, even though I don't see why anyone would care and why I should care about that. But yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna do a next video. I have got something I could do a video on. My friend, who is actually a subscriber, his YouTube name is Scarlet Spider Studios, aka his name is Tristan. He gave me this. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean? I thought you already had a Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Well, there was a few mishaps with my old one. Not with the electronics, but with some other things. My other friend who went to me with Star Celebration, he's got that old one now, and my friend Tristan gave me this one. Which, to be fair, it's actually better than the one that I had before. The old one didn't have these on it, these are more accurate, and the sound in this is so much better. I might do a video on it. I'll leave a poll up, and if anyone wants to see it, if the majority say yes, I'll do a video. Yeah. But yeah, the Anakin outfit, which I wore to Celebration, which I did a video on, that had a few wardrobe malfunctions because it needs some work done to it still, which is annoying. Yeah. In terms of cosplay projects, well, I don't really know what's going to happen. I need to try and get Michael Keaton Batman to some form of wearability, because the Flash is coming out soon, and I'm very excited for that. Michael Keaton's my favorite Batman, if people don't know. So I'm gonna want to see, and I want to see the movie in the suit. I'm just hoping my local cinema lets me in. I mean, I went to see Halloween Kills dressed as Michael Myers, so I don't see why they should say no to Batman. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say at the moment. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. TTFN.